Grandpa's insight. You, you're made of an element. Specifically, as you rise up to forbid those in their remnant that you cast them out of, and with a permissible gain, affiliating yourself by your escort to restrict and ban the prevailed conquest, overthrowing them to the losing sacrifices, inhibiting them with the competition at play. Though you having been entangled within your foresight, extricating and expunging the status quo of their affairs, made within a personification manifestoing your altruism of atonement, determined and entrusting yourself with a consultation purposed within the invaluable permits of value, making with inside yourself within an authorization to reimburse and reciprocate your acquirings, conforming them a deal they can only submit to. Those who disgruntled your anticipation, you, in your priorities, had dismissed them, expelling them by the thrust of your innovation of profound academic being rehearsed, and you, through an unusual design that's permitted by you, takes them by surprise. Your extraordinary, atypical, exponential way, giving citations of your ingenious enterprise, admits of yourself, having been in vogue with leverage extracting by an aberrant scheme, decoded them by your ingenious encryptions that only you could accomplish. You making the conclusion at the width of your conception, as you forego your rigorous, well-planned, efficient, and methodical complexity, that your ingenuity leaves them to squander, they having been captivated as you mesmerize them by their anomalous happenstances. Now they see your indifference through the orthodox of you, fixated and conformed of by a pompous of high regard, serviced in the serendipity that you enrolled by the revelations that you overhauled and established. Yes, you having been put through a phenomenon of inconceivable partitionings by an overlay you accessed, made to reside in the balances within the scales of exhortation as they are all conceitedly portrayed by you in your power. You and your extraordinary race made in a diversion of abstract qualities, bearing the excess only you could grasp, and you meddled with the odds. They and their insignificances misleading themselves by you making sufficiency of yourself, preserved with preservation, you within the category of your extraordinary composure, the you, yourself that only you could perceive holding yourself up, knowing you triumphed their sophistication with ease, leaving them aimless and unable to procure their efforts as they try to obtain themselves under an excursion of your unbased realms beyond the physical, as your intangible existences shone right before them within their very sight, leaving them blind. You, knowing you having been the very reason why they, in their undoings, putting themselves in a disposition, bringing themselves to their own downfall, acquiring your strategic declaration, overpowering them through an assertion by your prominence. You, yes, you and your valid persistence, shining with the endeavors so pervasive, leaving them awestruck to the terms of your outlandish critiqueness that primaries your certainty, escorting you higher and higher. You, only you, could succumb to the realization within a timely manner to establish yourself, and as you overpower them, banishing them from their allurement, you rise above. You, all in how you processed your progression within an advancement of regression, discarding and intercepting yourself with your entitlement of rivalry, making the competition unfairly competitive. You see, you knew the very moment they orchestrated themselves to play their pitiful games, you would leave them crying out and yielding themselves in their surrender, as they are left direly needing your approval, but you in your onward validation had declined them, denying them in your extensive refusal. You, they've come to play with, only to forfeit and be rejected. You having always been the headquarters like the underdog deep in the depths, making moves, deviating them within your skittish perception, knowing you are far beyond the norm. Eh,